What's good, guys? How are you doing? And a very warm welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Xander, as always. Today I had the request from 3 of my clients if I could help them with some cooking. They asked me what I had for my meal prep, what I can cook in under an hour that supplied more than 5 meals and was high protein and was low calorie. So today I'm taking on that challenge, and it's a very good one indeed. So what I'm going to make, I'm going to be making a chili. At the same time, I'm also going to show you that you can use that time really wisely. So I'm going to food prep my chicken at the same time, and I'm probably going to try and get some chores done as well, because it takes about an hour to food prep the chili in total, and I can probably get my chicken in the oven and done by that time, and I can probably get some washing done as well. So here goes, I'm going to get all those done. If you're wondering why I'm lying on the floor right now, I've just finished my leg session and my legs are very sore. And to be quite frank, I sat on the sofa, but my butt is a bit pumped and a bit sore, so lying here was a preferred option. So anyway, guys, enjoy as always. I will be updating probably my physique maybe next week. Again, not too much to go through just yet. Things have been progressing really nicely, and I don't want to bore you with things that are going on in my life. So if you've got any questions to do with my progress, stick it down below and I'll answer it as a comment. But as always, here to provide you guys with the content that you want, and as 3 people have now asked for a bit of a cook along, this is what we're going to do today. So without further ado, let's get stuck in. Hey, what's up? Welcome to my kitchen. So we are going to go through some meal prep now. I'm going to show you exactly what I usually do on a Monday night. Obviously this is not a Monday night, this is a Thursday daytime. I've just rescheduled some things so I can show you through it. The meal prep aspect of things does take more time. It's important to recognise that, but it saves you a shitload. And it saves you a lot of money as well. So don't only save time, you save money, which is a real win. So anyway, I'm going to take you through what I do on a Monday evening, and I'll kind of just talk along as I go. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my chicken in the oven. I've already turned the oven on, it's preheating at the moment. And the reason I do this is because, one, I have this every lunch, literally every lunch, it's easy. I've got a kilo of chicken here that essentially I'm going to stick in the oven, because that's going to take 50 minutes to cook. So that can be cooking while I'm doing this. The other thing to consider is that chicken obviously is a bit more of a sensitive thing to cook in terms of dealing with the raw product. So I like to get that done, get it out of the way, clean up, and then start my main meal. So I'm gonna get on with that now. So there are 101 ways you could make chicken. I just slap it in these bowls. I don't use any oil, I literally just chuck it in. I do sometimes use things like Nando sauce and things like that, but I don't have any, so I can't. I was supposed to order some more, but I didn't do it because I forgot. But to be honest with you, I don't really care. I don't mind at all having just plain chicken, because I usually have it with like ketchup or something anyway, which sounds really grubby, but I have it with salad, as you might have seen before. So actually, to be honest with you, it doesn't make a huge difference. And yeah, so literally I just slap it in these bowls. I might put some salt and pepper on it. Well, I say I might, I always put salt and pepper on it, so I don't know why I said I might put some salt and pepper on it, because it's got to taste of something. And then essentially, I'll just stick it in the oven for 50 minutes with some tin foil on it, and boom, Bob's your uncle, done. And that is pretty much a kilo of chicken. Actually, this is 1.6 kilos of chicken, which will produce, I'm actually not sure, usually like a week and a bit's worth. So what I tend to do is I will cook this, and then I will freeze some of it. And the reason I freeze some of it is because I want it to be fresher when I eat it. Obviously, if I leave it out for 6 days, it's a bit rough. I wouldn't advise that. So yeah, bit of tin foil. Lovely jubbly. Awesome, all done. Chicken is in, I've washed up, washed my hands, washed all of the stuff around here just in case any chicken juice got anywhere, which it never usually does, but I always think it's better, safe than sorry, to clean the area. Right, we're gonna get on with the chili now. Okay, this is what we're working with. We've got 750 grams of 5% minced beef, 2 cans of chopped tomatoes, 1 can of kidney beans in water. Then we got the Old El Paso, just a chili con carne seasoning mix. Again, you could make this for yourself, but we're trying to make it cheap. We're trying to make it effective. So standing here mixing up all the sauces and seasoning just isn't that. A carrot. This is rogue. Again, I'm not a chef. I'm looking to try and add volume to this. I usually do chuck in a pepper, actually, a finely diced pepper, but I don't have any. An onion and obviously some garlic. So let's get into it.
Right, let's get a pan on the heat. You want it on a medium heat so the oil can obviously warm up before we chuck the onions in a second. Chopping board, knife, onion. Get that thing diced up nice and thin. We don't want any clumps of onion in our chili. So slice that one up, chop it up, lovely jubbly. And then we're going to pop that one into the pan. And we want to cook that through until it goes nice and soft and brown. And the same thing goes obviously as well for our little garlics as well. So we'll chop them up, pop them in too. I always find that onion needs a bit longer, so I put that in first. Brown that off lovely, and then we want to pop the mince in. Make sure you break that up. You don't want any clumps. A splash of red wine if you want to add some red wine as well.
So I always make something big that we can eat on the night and then freeze, put in the fridge in containers, or literally make ready meals. So what we'll do is I'll make the meal, and as I do that, weigh it all out at the end, and of course get myself probably 5 to 10 meals out of this essentially, but we'll see how we go.
Once your mince is browned, in with the fajita sauce, lovely jubbly, mix that stuff in really well, no clumps of chili, we don't want that. Then we're in with the tinned tomatoes, both cans of those, and I like to fill one of them up half with some water so we can really get all the juice out. Mix that in well, no lazy mixing, get that all going around. Heat it up nice and high so it's boiling, and then turn it down with the lid on so it can simmer through.
So the next thing we need to do is create the recipe. Now this is a really easy thing to do. It's so straightforward and it really is very simple, but so many people overcomplicate this and make their lives a misery. So I'm going to show you how to do it super quick, super efficient, and make your life better going forwards because you don't have to keep redoing it. First things first, I'm just going to screen record my phone and I'll chuck this up for you guys to see as well. Right, we're going to create a recipe. That's the first thing we're going to do. Add ingredients manually. We'll just call this XE chili. Awesome. And I'm going to put 2,000 servings in, and I will explain that shortly. Next, okay, so ingredients. We've got So now we've got all the ingredients. The reason I've put 2,000 servings in is because I don't want to take that meal and pre-portion it into 7 packs or 8 packs, because my partner might want a different size meal to me. I might want a different size meal based on the macros I have left for the day or in the day. And so it's a real pain in the arse when you actually have to portion it up exactly. So I do each gram equals a serving. It's so easy. So essentially, if for dinner tonight, for example, I want to have 350 grams, I don't have to go through all of my pots and start recalibrating them all. I can literally just get 350 grams out and I will input that as 350 servings, and that will give me the exact of what I need. So let's just say, for example, I'm right and it is 2,000. Let's just go and have a look, save and log it. Right, so let's say, for example, tonight I have 350 grams. So what we're looking at here, we've got, that doesn't look right. Okay, I figured out the issue. I just went and scanned the label in the end because the mincemeat, as you can see, had no macros, which is a real pain and happens all the time in MyFitnessPal because MyFitnessPal is a user inputted database, which means you or I could put those things in, and some people are just fucking lazy and they don't put all the macros in, which means you end up with no macros but the right calories. But obviously we care about protein and carbs and fats, so we want them in. Now, I've, as I said, gone and scanned it, got a load of bin juice on my hands and I have obviously washed my hands now just in case you were concerned, and I've got the right one. So as you can see, this one has 310 grams per pack. Now if we tick that, this should now calibrate. I've still kept with the 2,000 servings. Again, there's highly likely that that is wrong and I will have to change that, but we'll come to that shortly. Right, let's go forwards and then we can see what we've got here. So hopefully more than 7 grams of protein, because that was a disgrace. Right, so this looks more like it. Let's say we want 350 grams. There you go. If you wanted 350 grams of this, you'd have 21.5 grams of carbs, 11 grams of fat, and 61 grams of protein. That is 50% of some people's daily intake of protein in one meal, which I wouldn't recommend. But let's just say you don't need all of that. There you go, 200 gram serving would give you 250 calories, which is very, very good considering 35 grams of those are protein. So if you were looking at this to figure out what percentage of this meal was protein, you would do 35 times 4 because there's 4 calories per every gram in protein, which is 20 plus 120, 140. So out of the 250 calories, 140 of those calories are from your protein source. which is a very good protein source because it's beef. That is over 50%. That's probably closer to 60% actually if we were to work that out. So that's a really good dinner if you ask me. If you were to then add a nice carb source like rice, or maybe you want to push the boat out and make nachos, then you can do, or even stick it in a wrap. That's a really gnarly dinner you've got there. You've got a lovely chili, you've got high protein, you've got a good amount of fat, not too high, not too low, because obviously for most people who train in the mornings, fat in the evenings is better than in the mornings. And then obviously you've got the 12.3 grams of carbs, which is very, very normal. That is how I do it. Now, that alarm is probably only got 10 minutes left on it, so I'm gonna go and check on that, make sure it's all good, and see what's what.
Once we've completed the simmering stage, whip the lid off and now give it a little bit of a stir, just gently, make sure it's not sticking to the sides or the bottom. In with the kidney beans, and of course, time to grate that carrot. A bit of a rogue choice, I personally really like it. So grate that carrot, get it all sliced and diced, make sure you weigh it, and then we're gonna go straight into the pan with that. Give it a good mix, and we're off.
So, I don't know if you saw, but the chili ended up making 2,233 grams in total, which is about 233 grams over what I suggested it was going to be. So if we were to add that to diary now, and I usually have about 350 grams, so that gives me 55 grams of protein, 19.2 grams of carbs, and 10.5 grams of fat. That, for 394 calories, is exceptional. I'm chuffed with that. So yeah, there you have it. Super easy to make. You can do plenty of things in the meantime. So while I was making it, I made my chicken that will last me the next probably 8 days. I haven't weighed that out yet, but I will put that all into pots. I'll probably put it into pots about 170 grams, which, like I said, will give me about 8 days. I managed to hang the washing out in the meantime and also film this. So all of this in 1 hour. You can get loads done when you put your mind to it. So hopefully that's helped. I will put the recipe up now so you can see it. Obviously screenshot that if you want to. But just to be very clear, obviously I'm no chef, so please don't take any of my cooking advice as advice. It's just me cooking the meals that I eat, and hopefully you can get some benefit from that. And if you've got any questions, of course, do let me know. Hey folks, it's me again. I'm sat on the floor once again. My legs are really sore now. So I don't know why I sat on the floor, because I don't know how I'm getting back up. Anyway, we are here, and that's just it. It's good lighting here. I'm going to say it's that. That's why I'm here. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe as always. I'm trying to mix these up a little bit, so if there's something that you really want to see, please stick it in the comments and I will do my best to get to it. Have a wonderful week. Take good care of yourselves. Much love. Bye-bye for now.